Hi there. Welcome to this week's episode of the podcast with me, Russell Davis. For much of my life, I was trying to create what I wanted from the outside in. I was living I'll be okay when, I'll be happy if. I was looking in the wrong place for happiness and well-being. And that created a sense of dis-ease within me. In fact, it created a disease. According to the World Health Organization, infertility is a disease. Because it's a tension I was carrying, scared of never getting to where I thought I needed to be happy and content on the inside. Since my mid-30s, I've been exploring what does life look like if you create from the inside out, to know you're okay. And I've distilled what I've learned over the years into 10 points. And in this episode, I want to share those 10 points, those 10 principles or 10 secrets of creating from the inside out. So let's dive in and explore what they are. Into my mid-30s, I was trying to create a life from what I call the outside in. I was living the life I thought I should be living, to try and feel happy, safe, loved, worthy on the inside. I was trying to create the right outside circumstances, the success, everything I was chasing to feel something on the inside, and it doesn't work that way. And when we're looking in the wrong place for the answer, there's always something else. I'll be okay, happy. I'll be okay when. I'll be happy if. There always seems to be something else. And for me, that created a sense of dis-ease within me. In fact, it created a disease. Infertility is, from the World Health Organization, is a disease. So there's a dis-ease within me. I was carrying this tension, this dissatisfaction in life, constantly trying to chase the thing that's going to create a feeling of contentment and peace and happiness within me. When I began to live life from the inside out, explore what does that mean, what does that look like, began to let go of limiting beliefs, to come from a place of okayness within me, to know it's okay to be happy, to follow my heart's desires. Began to explore life from the inside out, and I want to share 10 aspects, 10 principles, 10 facets of creating from the inside out that I've been exploring over the years. And the first one is know what you want. And this sounds obvious in a way, and I've done podcasts and talks on this because it's easy to describe what you don't want, but what do you actually want? What do you want? There's an exercise sometimes I get clients to do is to write a list of 100 wants. It's an exercise I did many years ago as part of my journey. I found it really quite interesting. I found it really hard to do. I wasn't used to asking myself, what do I want? As a child, what I wanted was irrelevant. It's what I should do, what I needed to do, what I'd do that pleased my mum. What I wanted wasn't a factor, wasn't important, so I quashed that desire, that voice within that knows what I want. So the first one is know what you want. The second thing I've learned over the years is to set unrealistic goals. I don't believe in smart goals. Smart goals are measurable, achievable, realistic, timely. I think when we have realistic goals, we don't really think out of the box. We limit ourselves to who we think we are. When I set an unrealistic goal, it's really interesting about what does that evoke within me? Who do I need to be to achieve that? It begins to help me see something new about myself, about who I need to be. It may highlight a judgment of myself, a limiting belief. It helps me expand myself, to be bigger, to create bigger. So I think setting unrealistic goals help me step into more of who I want to be, a more powerful creator. Whether I achieve it or not, I tend to achieve more than I would have done if it had been a realistic goal. So set unrealistic goals. Who do you need to be to achieve that? What being does that evoke if you commit to that? The third one is purpose. There's always a goal behind the goal. And if we're not clear about why we want to create something, the risk is it could be a toxic goal. It could be an outside-in goal. I feel more happy, more secure. Well, that can be a bit of a toxic goal. What's the goal behind the goal? Why do you want something? Purpose is so key to motivation. And often we're not clear about why we want to do something. What values is it aligned within us? What's our sense of purpose in life? Purpose is really key. Why do you want to do something? Be clear about that. That drives us and motivates us. The fourth one is to trust your inner wisdom. That's the space between thoughts, your gut. I was so used to listening to my thinking and trying to think my way to clarity, think my way to know what to do, to make decisions. And I realized actually, when we try to make a decision, we're trying too hard. Clarity, insights come to us in moments of quiet. It's about trusting that deeper voice within, trusting we have innate wisdom, trusting we are wise, trusting we know what we want, but it's getting quiet and connecting to our soul, the space between thoughts, something deeper within us. And the fifth one is surround yourself by inspiring and encouraging people. And it's very true, and as research shows, is that you become who you hang around with. You become who you hang around with. There's research that shows that your weight, how much you earn, it almost becomes an average of the people you hang around with. And I've realized that I need to hang around with people that really inspire me. But I think there's part of me that likes to be, the part of me, the little boy in me that thinks he needs to know, likes to be right. That part of me maybe likes to think he's the cleverest in the room. And I've realized, no, I want to be surrounded by people I think are cleverer than me. I want to learn and grow and be inspired by them, be challenged by them. So surround yourself by inspiring and encouraging people. The sixth one is visualize what you want. Be clear about what you want, why you want it, taste it, feel it. Let your nervous system imagine how it might feel. For me, that helps me connect to that state of being. We need to come from that place. It's not a place to get to. It's a place to come from, not a place to get to. So just visualize it, feel it. Feel it. Imagine being in that space, having created what you want. Let your nervous system feel it. Get a sense of what your being evokes within you. What is you believe about yourself? Who do you say you are? That's the place to come from. That's who you are. It's actually pointing you home. That's a way of seeing who you really are now. There's something masking it. So imagine creating what you want. Imagine being in that space. Feel it. What state of being does that evoke? Let your nervous system feel it. I also think it gives your unconscious mind the direction to go in. Makes it clear, everything is being aligned within your system and your mind to know what you want. And linking to that is number 7, be aware of your limiting beliefs. What stories do you tell yourself? When you taste that future, feel into it, what state of being does it evoke within you that's often masked by a limiting belief? Maybe you feel secure, content, happy. What's the story of yourself that means you don't believe that? Maybe you think you're not worthy, you're not happy. But why? What's the story? What's the limiting belief you picked up along the way? And I think sometimes being aware of these things, not going hunting, looking for them, but they come to the surface. If there's a disconnection between your heart and your soul, a limiting belief, you don't believe in yourself, or you feel down or fearful, what's the story? Just be curious, what's coming to the surface? I think sometimes we accept these things. It takes the power out of them. Acceptance is a WD-40 of change. And you can't accept something you're not aware of if you're avoiding it. Acceptance, WD-40 of change. Number 8, take action. Sounds simple, but Often we don't take the action we want because we don't feel confident enough or we feel too scared. It's about making a choice. Making a choice. There's a thing about creative tension. I've done episodes on creative tension. In nature, creative tension is part of creation. There can be a tension in creation. It's making a choice rather than choosing comfort. It's honoring our soul despite a discomfort. It's committing to ourselves. Confidence is not a prerequisite for doing anything. Confidence is a feeling you get having done it, and often have done it many times. What you need is courage to make the choice, to honor your heart and your soul despite how it feels, knowing the feeling is not your truth. Feeding our imagination their stories. Number 9. Remember, a journey starts with a single step. When we think we have to make an action, take action, often we look too far down the line. I saw a domino run on YouTube once, where the first domino they put down, they had to use tweezers, it's so small, but each subsequent domino was 1.5 times bigger than the previous one. It went up exponentially, and the 10th one was like this big block. And it's fascinating to watch that domino run play out. And I think it's a metaphor for life in so many ways, but often we look too far down the line. We think it's too insurmountable. The action we think we need to take is too impossible. But there's a single step. The next step is always possible. The smallest of steps. The smallest of steps is always possible. The next step is always possible. It may be doing some research, maybe just calling someone, maybe sending an email. The next step is always possible. What's the smallest step you can take towards creating more of what you want? It doesn't have to be a giant leap, just a single step. And the 10th one, which I think underpins all of this, is to know that you're okay whatever happens. You're okay whatever happens. Life is a game. It's a game, enjoy it. Your soul transcends time and space. Your soul is formless. You're okay whatever happens. You're allowed to follow your heart and your soul and play. We've lost the art of play. Play. Doing something just for the hell of it because you want to do it. Been inspired to do it. Give you joy. But to know you're okay whatever happens. I think it's key to creating from the inside out, because you realise there's nowhere to get to psychologically. You're home. You were born home. Toddlers and babies just most of the time just know they're okay. Not trying to prove anything. They're creating from the inside out because they know they're okay. In their heart of hearts, they've got nothing to prove. They're worthy and loved for who they are. So know you're okay, whatever happens. And enjoy exploring, creating from the inside out.